So what's going on with Xbox and Microsoft? There seems to be a lot of concern, even for Xbox fans, against Microsoft. People are asking, what is Microsoft doing? We see it every month. Every week. The Xbox hardware is not selling. We have the PS5 leading the hardware sales, and then there's a big gap, and the Switch is there, a 6+ year console, by the way. And then there's another gap with Xbox dead last in hardware sales. I don't understand what's happening, and I'm pretty sure a lot of Xbox fans are concerned as well. But recently, there's been some more issues on the Xbox community that a lot of Xbox fans are actually questioning, and there's been talks of, I'm gonna switch to PC and stuff like that. And one of the issues that happened recently was Redfall, right? A Xbox exclusive that's coming out, and apparently it's gonna be 30 frames a second on release. Later on, they will patch it up and put into 60 frames. But on release, it's supposed to be 30 frames per second. And a lot of people are complaining. I don't blame them. I think this is a general problem that should not happen on modern games, especially since you're saying that in terms of hardware, the Xbox, it's powerful. So why can't it have the 30 frames per second for that game? Especially on a shooter game, you need those 60 frames minimum, right? And then recently, Ghostwire Tokyo released on Xbox, and apparently it's running worse than the PS5. Like, what is going on? And Tango is an Xbox game studio developer putting their own game on that machine, and it's running lower. I don't understand what's going on there. Their own developers from Xbox is apparently making their games worse on Xbox. It doesn't make sense, right? But then now there was a big new controversy with the game Hi-Fi-Rush for the Xbox, that apparently some dude named Jeff Grubb apparently knows, gives predictions and leaks and has a good history of being right, said that Hi-Fi-Rush did not sell well, that he heard it from some folks on Xbox. And then this led to a big old controversy because someone named Aaron Greenberg, who works for Xbox marketing team, said that Hi-Fi-Rush was a big hit for them, but didn't specify on what, right? So this led to a big old controversy, people debating, you have the Xbox fans calling Jeff Grubb a liar, and then you have, your PlayStation fans saying Greenberg is part of the marketing team, so of course he will deflect the conversation. So there's been a lot of going on like that recently against Xbox. They don't seem to catch a break, right? But in the end, the main question that I have for this conversation is, how can developers make money through Xbox if they don't have a Game Pass deal? Xbox doesn't provide numbers in terms of sales like Nintendo and PlayStation. And yeah, I know it's because, it's focused more on subscribers and not sales, right? But the last news we got from Hi-Fi-Rush was 2 million players downloaded and played Hi-Fi-Rush, which is really low based on the subscribers they have, which is like 25+ million subscribers on Game Pass, and it's free on Game Pass. So 2 million seems really low when you have 25 million subscribers on Xbox. But what I think that's happening here is that Xbox has conditioned their consumers to not purchase and wait for Game Pass instead. If you're an Xbox owner, right, most likely you have Game Pass. I don't see why you wouldn't, and you rarely purchase a full price game. And I get it, because I would do the same thing if I had an Xbox. It doesn't make sense for me to go buy a day one release when Xbox themselves put their exclusives and their new, AAA third-party games day one on Game Pass. So I get it. I understand why Xbox owners rarely purchase full price games. But to me, that feels like a double-edged sword, the Game Pass, because for the players, yeah, it's cool. You're saving money and all that, right? But for developers, unless you get that Game Pass deal, you're not making that much money on Xbox, especially a lower AA budget title. And this is why you don't see those lower end budget titles in Xbox, like the Square Enix games or the Capcom games like Mega Man Battle Network Collection that came out recently wasn't there as well. So compared to Nintendo and PlayStation, if you want to get a new game, you're gonna have to buy it full price or wait for a sale, but there's not gonna be a freebie if it's a new game. I've been building my Switch collection, and it's hard because Nintendo rarely does discounts on their games, and when they do, it's only like $10-20 on their, specifically on their exclusives. which is ridiculous. But consumers still buy them. That's the thing. And it seems that on the Xbox side, the Xbox fans rarely buy their own product, rarely buy other third-party products, because obviously, yeah, like you get it on Game Pass, so there's no need. You could just wait when it comes to Game Pass, or just play it day one on Game Pass. I mean, there's no need to actually buy the game. I don't know what needs to change in Xbox, but I don't know if Game Pass is a solution for their vision they had whenever they created this service. But we'll see in the future. I mean, I know there's games coming out. I know they announced a lot of games from the Xbox Direct. Some got pushed back, so there's not really good signs there. But we will see when Redfall comes out and what other games comes out. See how Xbox does after that, right? But let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.